Hello everyone and welcome back to episode 18 of my F1 2016 Force India career mode. Guys, I cannot believe we're already 18 episodes into this career mode. It has just been a phenomenal roller coaster throughout this career mode so far. And after this we've got 3 races to go. Now today obviously is the American Grand Prix. As you can see there, we are 3rd in the standings. And we can still potentially overall get 2nd in this championship. Nico Rosberg's pretty much wrapped it up at this point. There's not much hope for anyone else, I won't lie. But still, you never know. Obviously, Kimi Räikkönen's come back from miles behind beforehand to win his World Championship. But still, there we go on the track acclimatization. You can see we did get purple there, which is very good. And on our first flying lap of our qualifying sim, we did incredibly well once again, just getting into the green as well. But anyway, guys, I'd just like to say that this career mode, thank you guys for all the support these episodes have been getting as well. I don't want to get all too emotional about it right now, as I'm literally just showing you qualifying there. That was short qualifying, in fact, and we ended up qualifying 13th. Now, with the lack of R&D recently, the car has really suffered, I won't lie. It's kind of these last few episodes have not become really demotivating, but have kind of been really difficult. The fact we just can't seem to improve. Obviously, the car, it won't be improving. And as a driver, we haven't reached our limit. But we're kind of just there, like, we're pushing the car as hard as we can, and it's just not getting anywhere. Which is kind of a bit of a shame, but that does mean we also get free range over what tyres we want to use, which is quite nice. Obviously, just going to crank down the fuel as well. You know, just want to bring that down. Couldn't remember how many laps this race was, so I wanted to bring it down to roughly what I thought would be okay. It does warn you when you're going to go below. But still, not moving on to our formation lap. Obviously, just everyone else. I think this is the lowest I've qualified on the grid since China. Like, when I was shit at the game. Pretty much, and I qualified like 19th or something there. But anyway, 4 lights, 5 lights, and away we go for the American Grand Prix here. We actually seem to get off to a very reasonable start there. Grosjean on our inside there, obviously in the Haas, trying to do well for his obviously his team's home racetrack. But still, we've got a Toro Rosso going off our inside here, and Kvyat and Sainz, so I think they did make contact there as we're going side by side with our teammate Perez. Everyone seems to be going teammate by teammate here, which is a bit odd. We've got Perez and I, the Toro Rossos and the McLaren Hondas all going side by side. But through the next corner, we seem to find a gap that just really opened up pretty much as we got to it. So we have moved up now into P11. Now trying to fight Jenson Button here, and we get caught on his side but trying to correct. And we just get span around there, just trying to hopefully get it back facing the right direction. And for some reason there, the safety car has been deployed. No one's crashed out or anything. Not really sure why the safety car's come out. I think it was obviously aware of the fact I was facing the wrong way. And all the AI behind me, obviously, just not stopped, but I pretty much got out of the way there. So I was a bit shocked the fact that we did have a safety car out at this point. But that has pretty much just meant that although we're not in contention, like we're nowhere near up the grid order or anything, we are now moving up a couple of positions. Obviously, as a couple of people may try and make their pit stops, but we've also lost a lot less time. Now, moving on into the final corner here, I'm not really sure what happened. This just seemed to be just a glitch. And the AI, I'm not really sure what they've done here. They kind of parked it on the track, so I kind of thought, do I overtake them, or do I just let them through? Now, I've got illegal overtakes there, and then they kind of just go away. So I try and reverse it, not really sure what to do, and then the illegal overtakes have gone away. So now, I mean, Felipe Nasr has been disqualified from the race, and so has Marcus Ericsson. So both Saubers have been disqualified there. I'm pretty certain it's for parking in a dangerous location. But really not sure what that was all about. That's obviously just a glitch within the game. Once again there, so F1 2016 isn't fully completed. I would just like to throw this out there. This was recorded pre the 9th of September update, so there will be a few glitches here and there that were polished. But still, moving on now to the end of lap 4, as you can see the safety car is coming in at the end of this lap. We are right behind Pascal Wehrlein, and there's engine smoke up ahead, and Romain Grosjean in the Haas is out of the Grand Prix, pretty much as the safety car is coming in there. That's a huge shame for him on the home territory there, which is a huge, obviously, such a disappointment for Haas F1. They really do obviously want to get points on home turf. But we're following now Pascal Wehrlein. We're just going to go for a very late dive bomb on his inside into turn 1 there. Get the position though, obviously, really just want to get the manor out of the way, you know, just push it aside and whatnot. But still, next up, that means we will be following Kevin Magnussen in his Renault. But as we can see now, moving down towards the hairpin, Kevin Magnussen, we're just going to go for a very half-arsed dive bomb there. Pretty much just like make it really awkward for the pair of us there, as he kind of has to back out awkwardly. But that means we are up into P13 of the Grand Prix. Now moving on to the end of lap 6, a few AI will be coming in for their first pit stop of the race here. Let's see what position we do move up to, as DRS has now finally been enabled for the first point of this Grand Prix. And we are up into P10 by the end of lap 6. And by the end of lap 7 here, as you can see, with a few more AI just coming through the pits, we are up into P4 of the Grand Prix behind the Toro Rossos, and I think it was Fernando Alonso, but now moving on to lap 12, he has also made his pit stop. But on lap 12 as well, we've got Nico Rosberg here, very, very close behind us, obviously looking to try and get a position back on us, moving back up onto the podium, but we've made contact with him there, and he's been half spun around there, and he's pretty much just going to park it on the inside of the corner there, try and keep it out of trouble. That is a huge, huge shame for Rosberg there, obviously. We didn't really expect him to just hold it on the inside there, and it was only a very, very light bit of contact. But now, as we can see, moving to the end of lap 13 here, the Sainz, who is in the lead of the Grand Prix, has now come in to make his pit stop, so we should hopefully inherit the lead. But at this stage, it was looking incredibly, incredibly strong for Sainz, Kvyat and myself, because we pretty much just gone for a strategy that nobody else had gone with. We've gone for the one-stop strategy. As you can see now on lap 18, not really a lot's happened. We've really just been able to hold our position. Obviously, the tyres are just not graining. It's absolutely brilliant. I could have probably made it to the end of the Grand Prix without the tyres exploding or anything. So it has been very, very good for us so far. But even at the end of lap 18, we're not even going to come for our pit stop then. But now onto the end of lap 19, as you can see, Felipe Massa has moved up into P3 at the Grand Prix. So we've pretty much decided this will be the right time to come in for a set of super softs to go to the end of the Grand Prix there. Kvyat is just going to go around our outside. Also note at this point, guys, in case you are wondering, Sainz came over the radio saying he's got engine troubles, so he'd slipped way down the order. But that has left Danny Kvyat in the lead of the Grand Prix. As you can see there on the mini-map, he's actually got a huge advantage considering he won't be needing to, well, I don't think he'll be needing to make another pit stop. But when we come through the pit lane here, as you can see, we are going to move down into P8 of the Grand Prix there, as Sergio Perez, our teammate, is going to try and look round our outside into turn 1, but we're going to be able to defend the position from him there. So we inherit P8 of the Grand Prix. They're still a fairly solid position at this stage of the race. Obviously, this will be the stage where we are quicker than the AI, so we should be able to close back in on them here. As we can see, just coming through this fast section, just how much time we gain in on the AI there. As you can see, Kevin Magnussen just ahead of us. But as you can see now, moving on to the hairpin once again, are we going to be able to get past Kevin Magnussen for the second time there in the Grand Prix? Yes, we are. Getting incredibly, incredibly close to Hamilton in front of him there, as he's being held up by Sainz. But as we can see now, moving down to the end of the back straight here, Sainz is just a sitting duck with his engine problems. He's just not going to be able to defend the position there, so we're just going to move up the inside into P6 of the American Grand Prix here. And next up on our hit list is the defending world champion, Lewis Hamilton. He physically cannot win this championship this season, but that doesn't mean he's not going to try and get a good result. There is someone else has come through the pit lane there, so we're just going to throw it up the inside of Hamilton there with a very, very late dive bomb. He's going to manage to get the undercut on it, but are we going to be able to hold it up the inside through turn 2 here? Yes, we do. And we move up into P4 of the American Grand Prix there. Very, very happy with that. And next up, on the end of lap 21 here, we've got Kimi Raikkonen now just ahead of us in the Ferrari there. So obviously, Haas want also Ferrari to do well, as obviously it is like their sub-team. As we go purple there as well, really just piling on the pressure for Kimi Raikkonen here. Are we going to be able to make a move up into turn 1 once again? Yes, we do. We go for, again, a very, very light dive bomb there. And we just squeeze him out on the exit. So that has meant we move up into P3 of the American Grand Prix there. But as now as we can see, coming through the end of the final lap, Sebastian Vettel has won the Grand Prix there. Kvyat just couldn't hold it to the line, which is a huge, huge shame for Danny Kvyat there. It would have really been great for him if he'd managed to defend a race win here. But as we can see now, going through the final corner, we are going to come home in P3. We kind of formed a bit of a train there near the end, but we have come through to take home valuable points once again. Just closing the gap to Kimi Raikkonen slightly there, not as much as I would have liked, but closing the gap is still closing the gap. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more F1 2016 content, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.
I could swear it's been 700 degrees in here since you came in. I could swear that this room has been running out of air, and now it's starting to spin. You make me feel kinda bad, kinda good, kinda everything, yet it doesn't feel like it should. You make me feel kinda wrong, kinda right, kinda anything, and I would change it if I could. I swear I'm hitting the floor. I could swear that my stomach just sunk a meter. I'll be dead if I take any more. You make me feel kinda bad, kinda good.